Are you wondering how you can start writing? Well, let's find out with this beginner's guide to finding your voice. Writing can be an incredibly rewarding and creative endeavor. But getting started is often the hardest part. Whether you dream of writing a novel, blogging, or simply improving your communication skills, the key is to begin the process of writing. In other words, it's time to put those words down on the page or the digital paper, whatever you've got. I happen to use both. I use my computer for some things and I use paper for others. So, if you're wondering, this guide will help you overcome your hesitation, build a strong foundation, and really, truly get started on your writing journey. First, identify your purpose. Before you start writing, ask yourself, why do you want to write? Why is this important? What are you writing about? What is your goal for writing whatever it is you're about to write? Your purpose will guide your approach. So here's the deal. Do you want to write stories or novels, start a blog, improve your professional or academic writing, or express your thoughts in a journal? Each of those is different. To me, they use different parts of the brain. They use different writing skills. That's how I think of it. So there's how you start writing. First, identify your purpose. 2, start small and simple. Small, little bitty. Don't start a big, massive project. You won't get it done. Don't focus on writing this epic masterpiece on the first day that you pick up your pen and put it to paper. You need to build your skills first before you can write that masterpiece. So, start with journaling. Write down your thoughts or daily experiences. This can help you start the process of writing because it gets your mind thinking about the words are up here. Now let's put them down here in complete or mostly complete sentences. Remember, in fiction, you don't need a complete sentence. But if you're writing academically, you do. So, for fiction, your character might be like, I'm going to go to the store. If you were writing that down as an academic article, you would be like, Mr. Jones decided to drive to the store. There you go. So, you can also write short stories, focus on writing short stories, maybe just a page or two. You can write poems and you can write personal essays. Personal essays can be fun. I recommend buying a book on various types of essays and then trying them out. Some of them are really, really weird. The essay that was about the strangest to me was the mosaic style. This is like an essay without the ADHD drugs. I mean, it's not focused. This is where you literally look around a room or look at your surroundings and then start talking about it randomly. So you'd be like, oh, that road takes you to the store, but then there's this leaf on the ground and I saw the tree and yeah, this one time at band camp, that's what it is. You can try using creative writing prompts. In my short videos, I've got quite a few writing prompts that you can try. And they're very creative. And you can also try free writing. Set a timer for 10 minutes and write whatever comes into your mind for that amount of time. And I mean anything. Any words that come into your mind, write it down. And that can help you get started on your writing journey. Number 3, read regularly. Try and read other authors' works. Now, a lot of times when they think about this, they're thinking about, fiction stories or short stories or something like that. But the truth is, you need to read what you're going to write. So if you're going to write a blog, if you're going to create a blog for yourself, read other blog posts. If you're going to do news articles, read a news article. If you're going to do short stories, read short stories. If you're going to do novels, read novels. Read the thing that you are going to do or that you want to do. And while you're reading, remember, you're not reading to enjoy it. You're reading to learn something. So pay attention to how those writers craft their sentences. Pay attention with how they engage with their readers. And then take notes about what you like about their writing and why. All of these things will help you process what you just read and hone your own craft. Number 4, develop a writing routine. Like in all things, you have to develop a routine. You know, for playing sports, let's say you played sports in high school, or maybe you do play sports in high school. You know, you go to school, you do your classes, and then maybe you have a dedicated gym class for your sport. We did in my high school. You know, all of the football players had a football player weightlifting class that they had to take, right? And it was at a scheduled time. Then after school, they had to practice for X number of hours. And then they went home and did their homework and this, that, and the other. So just like, you know, a sports player does all this practicing and schedules time for that practicing, you have to schedule time to practice your writing, just like it's a sport, just like it's an event, just like it's a family get-together. You have to schedule it. So create a writing routine. Set aside a dedicated time to write every day or every week. It doesn't have to be every day. You can say, I'm going to write every Friday and Saturday, or I'm going to write every Sunday morning while the rest of the family is doing whatever they do. Find a comfortable, distraction-free space. That could be in your home or not. Okay? When you're talking about a comfortable, distraction-free writing space, it could be in your house, or it could be in your car at the park, or it could be at the library, or it could be at the coffee shop. Don't limit yourself. Where do you think you would be most comfortable writing, and then try it. And if you don't like that space, move to another space. And keep moving until you find a spot you like. And if you eventually dislike that spot, try it again. Move around. See what you like, where you're most comfortable writing. If you're going to do word count goals or page goals, make them realistic. Like, I'm going to write 250 words or 300 words, or I'm going to write 1 page or 2 pages. Make them realistic and accomplishable. If you make them unrealistic, like I'm going to write 10,000 words today, you're going to fail and you're not going to feel good about that. So make sure it's something you can accomplish if you're focused on accomplishing it within the given time. Most people assume you could write, 10 words a minute, and you're going to write for an hour. So say, I'm going to write 600 words. There you go. So that's how you do that. Number 5, silence your inner critic. Your inner critic is an idiot, so just tell him to shut up. And that's your inner critic is anything that says you can't do it or you're not worthy to do it. People like to talk about, imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome is a form of inner critic. This is the voice that says, oh, you're not really what you are. You're really what you are. Did you do it? Then that's what you are. If you write, then you're a writer. If you publish it, then you're a published writer. Get it? And it doesn't have to be on like a well-known site. If you publish your own blog on your own website, you're a published writer. How does that feel? How does that make you feel? If you write an ebook and you put that up on your website instead of like Amazon or Barnes & Noble or Kobo or something like that, you're a published author. You're like, no way. Yeah, way. You're published. You got your name on something. You did it. Okay. So silence your inner critic. Writing is a process. The editing can come later. And you shouldn't judge your writing. You know who should be judging your writing? The people who read it. That's the only thing that matters, people that read it. And if everybody loves it, then you're great. what matters is what your readers think, not necessarily what you think. And every writer struggles with self-doubt, but tell your self-doubt to shut up and get it done. It's time to get it done. Write it down, get it done, do that thing. So the bottom line is, give yourself permission to write badly. Give yourself permission to be a writer, to be an author. Give yourself permission to practice your craft. It's all right. You can do it. Number 6, experiment and find your voice. Your writing voice is your unique style and a way of expressing ideas. Experiment with different tones, formal, conversational, poetic, humorous. If you want to practice formal, do the academic writing. Use various perspectives. Try first person, try third person, try omniscient, try the narrator. That one's tough. I'm real good with third person. I do third person writing most often. And I can do the omniscient narrator, but I'm not as good. I'm probably the worst with first person. But experiment with various perspectives and see which one you're good at and which ones you need to work on. Write different genres to see which one you like. Do you like academic writing? Do you like news writing? Do you like opinion writing? Do you like fiction? What of those genres do you like to read? Do you also like to write it? A part of writing is discovering who you are. And as you get along with it, you will discover who you are as a writer and what your voice is. Number 7, seek feedback and keep learning. As a writer, as with all things, you are always going to be learning. Think of it like, if you played an instrument or, again, if you play sports, you're always constantly learning new techniques and new skills. So keep learning. And here's the thing. Sharing your work can be scary, but constructive feedback can help you grow. So consider joining a writing group or an online community. Ask trusted friends and mentors to read your work. You can even ask your mom to read your work, but she's probably going to tell you it's excellent no matter what. Depending on, the type of mother you have. Mine, I could do no wrong. So it was all great as far as my writing was concerned. She loved all of it, even though I don't think she ever read a single word. Reading books on writing, such as these are 2 books I've got on my desk. Self-Editing for Fiction Writers. If you're just starting out, you're not ready for this, but read it anyway. It's got good information and it's entertaining. And then I like the Writer's Idea book. You have to dig for this particular version. I think there's a newer version out, but I like this book quite a bit. And I am not being sponsored by either of those. Those are not sponsoring me books. I just happen to like them. So that's how you do that. And remember, every writer learns through feedback and practice. So don't be afraid to put even your bad stuff out there. I've got terrible short stories that I wrote in high school on my website. Why are they there? So you can see where I started. And then pick up a book that I wrote recently and see what the change is. It's a big change. It's not a little change, like it's a big change. Number 8, keep going. Keep writing. Keep doing it. Writing is a skill that improves with time and effort. And the more you do it, the better you're going to get. So celebrate your small milestones, your medium milestones, and your large milestones, and just simply enjoy the process. Enjoy the process. If you don't enjoy it, why are you doing it, right? So if you start this and you say, oh, I hate this, well, then stop doing it and find something else to do. Maybe writing isn't your thing. Maybe you like acting. Join a community play or something, church play, church choir, something like that. Figure out what you like to do. It's good to have hobbies. It doesn't always have to be writing. It can be anything. I crochet. I crochet and I make clothing too, so I also make jewelry. I'm not wearing any right now, but you know, figure out what hobbies you like. Maybe it's not writing, maybe it's something else, but this would still apply. All of these points would still apply for whatever you want to do. And my final point, the best time to start doing that thing you want to do, whether it's writing or something else, is right now. Right now. If you're ready to write right now, get your pen, get your paper. Look, this is a grocery list. But, you know, when I was a kid, I used to write just exclusively in these little things. I don't know why. I just liked little books. I still like little books. You know, but these days I use it for my grocery list. So, you know, the best time to start writing is now. If you've been waiting for the right time, stop that. Stop it. It's right now. Because there's no perfect time. There's no perfect moment. Writing isn't about having the best idea or the perfect conditions or the most experience. It's about starting where you are with what you have right now. And that's with anything. If you wanted to learn how to dance, watching somebody dance and imitating their moves in your living room, you know, while watching TV, that's the best place to do it when you're first starting out. You know, writing is the same way. If all you've got is a pen and a piece of paper, well, that's the best way to start because that's what you've got. You know, and the first step is often the hardest. But once you begin, you'll realize that writing isn't about achieving perfection. It's about progress. Every writer, from beginners to experienced writers, starts with a rough draft. The first sentence, even if it's a bad first sentence, like once upon a time, they tell you not to do that. I would like to see a modern story that starts off with like once upon a time and like you haven't heard it before. That would be cool. You know, even if your first sentence is terrible, it's a step towards refining your voice or sharpening your skills and creating something meaningful, even if it's just meaningful for you. Writing is also an act of self-discovery. You'll learn a lot about yourself as you begin to write. And some days will be easier than others, and that's true with everything. One day you may fly through the words and pages, the next day, not so much. It's fine. It's fine. You know, just don't let fear or doubt or procrastination hold you back. Try and do a little bit of writing every day, even if it's just a few words or a few paragraphs. So pick up your pen, open that blank document, and start your writing journey today. You can do it. I believe in you. And as always, if you liked this video, please like and subscribe, and I will talk to you later.